Welcome back again to another episode of Chasing Tone Podcast. Today, a tone tip segment. So what I'm actually going to do today for this tone tip segment is talk a bit about the ethereal delay and reverb that we released a few weeks ago, as of the time I'm recording this. For those who may not have heard, we did tons of videos all over like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, that sort of thing. And it's a fun little tool to not only do very ambient style effects, but also just to get, if you just want a plain old delay and reverb all in one pedal, it's a good tool for that as well. So right now I'm playing through a Telecaster, my blue Telecaster with my G Bender. And I'm going through the two notes torpedo cab using an impulse response of, I don't even remember which cabinet it is, but I like the sound of it. So the cabinet impulse response came from rosenaudio.com. All right, so my clean tone sounds like this. So, a fun little clean tone. So let me start off with the basics first. There's 5 knobs on this pedal. Feedback, tone, delay mix, which controls the volume of the delay. Reverb mix, which controls the volume of the reverb. And then there is the delay, which is like the delay speed, the delay time, in other words. There's also another feature called delay mode. It's a little like switch, it's a push button switch. So it's 4 different modes. First one is quarter note. Then the next one adds in a triplet with that quarter note. The next one adds that quarter note with a dotted eighth. And then the last mode is the fun mode, I like to call it. It's basically the delay is kind of feeding back on itself. So it's a cool effect. I'll go through each one fairly quickly, so this won't be an hour-long podcast. So right, here we go. Let me turn up just a little bit of reverb. It's more of a plate style reverb. I got the tone control in the middle. So it's just barely cracked on there. Turning it up a little bit more, it's around about 11 o'clock or so. Now let me turn the tone all the way down. And I'm going to put the reverb volume at about noon so you get a little bit more reverb. You can hear it a little better. Tone control at noon. Now let's make it a little bit glassier. We'll turn the tone control all the way up. So as you can see, that's the sweep. So it goes from fairly dark to nice and bright without getting brittle. Okay, so let me show you something with the feedback knob. The feedback knob actually works with the reverb as well. So right now my feedback's almost all the way down. It's about 9 o'clock. So I'm going to turn it to about 3 o'clock. And now you're going to get pretty much infinite reverb. Pushing it past that, it's going to get into oscillation territory. So we won't go there, but we'll make it just kind of a droning style reverb. And again, so feedback at 3, tone is at noon, reverb mix is at noon as well. Okay, so I got my feedback back down to normal. That's the reverb. Let me turn the reverb off and turn the delay mix on the quarter note mode. So here's what that sounds like. Tone controls in the middle. I'll put just a few repeats on it, so just a little bit of feedback. Let me turn the delay mix up a little bit more. Now, tone all the way down. Now let's go tone all the way up. So, gets fairly bright, but still cool, and pretty dark, much more like an analog-y type of thing with the tone down. I usually run it pretty much in the middle, maybe 1 o'clock or so. So, you know, if you just want your basic delay, then quarter note mode is your friend. So turn the speed down just a little bit. I'll add a little bit of reverb as well. If you're just a traditional player who just likes a little bit of delay and reverb here, you know, in your tones, then that's your mode. Let me turn the reverb up just a little bit. Turn the delay mix down just a bit. It's a little more traditional sound. So let me throw some dirt on it. I'm going to stack the Clarksdale into the Euphoria and see what we get. Okay, so that is setting number 1 on the delay, right? So I'm going to turn the reverb back off. I'm going to now go to mode number 2, and that's going to add a triplet with the quarter note. Oh, let me turn my dirt off. And again, my tone control is about noon. Now, the third mode adds a dotted eighth with the quarter note. So it's going to be somewhat similar, but the timing is a little different. Okay, now the next mode, like I said, I call this the fun mode, the ambient mode. That's where the delays are going to kind of feedback on themselves. I'll actually turn the feedback up a bit so you can hear this a little better. That sounds like this. Oh, hold on. Forgot to change the mode. Here we go. We turn the tone control up a bit. Now let's add some reverb into that. So as you can see, that's a really cool ambient type of texture. In fact, that if you're a praise and worship guy, that'd be a pretty cool mode for you. If you saw the video, the first thing I did on the video that we put out with the Ethereal is I was on that mode number 4. I kind of had it set like I just had it. So let me get back to that. And it's kind of, it's kind of a chording thing. It's a very fun thing to play with. But yeah, so that's the Ethereal. You may have seen it, you may not have. Hopefully you dig it, but I wanted to bring it to my podcast audience so you guys could check it out through, without the lossy, crappy YouTube-ish compression that YouTube does. It's just, it massacres tones, unfortunately, and nothing I can do about that. So, and here in podcast land, it's a little easier to make a higher quality sound file. So, hope this helped you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot me an email. You can just email podcast@wamplerpedals.com. Come straight back to me. And yeah, so that's Tone Tips for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you let me know what you do think, and we'll talk to you next week.